we've got a new player in the game. Here it is. It's Brian Townsend. Brian Townsend, one of the best internet poker players in the world. He's known as SB Rugby on Full Tilt site. Patrick Antonius, action on him right now. And in first position, King 6 suited. Probably not a hand you play very often, but Patrick likes it.
Well, here's another hand I probably don't play quite the same way.
2,800.
Brian Townsend getting his feet wet straight away, racing it up with 7-4 of diamonds. That's certainly a statement of intent to the commentators, at least, who can see his hand that he came to play.
2,800 is called.
2 4s for Alan Cunningham.
Pass.
You see Chris Ferguson laying down there. Actually a perfect game for Chris Ferguson. He can kind of lay low and wait for the big hands.
Yeah, that seems to be the best game plan right now. There's so many, well, if you'll pardon my French, lunatics out there throwing their chips in the middle. Playing tight may well be the best strategy for this game at the moment.
And Patrick Antonius is going to call this out of position. King 6 suited.
Well, both his cards are live, and if he catches his king, he'll be quite far in front, barring the case 4.
Ace.
Wow.
Now this is a huge flop here. You've got Cunningham with a set of 4s. You have Patrick Antonius with a flush draw. And of course Townsend with nothing. That is the case 4.
Yep, the very last 4 has come out. And it's not stopping Brian Townsend firing. Oh, he almost changed his mind. He's reaching for more. He'd like to lose more in this pot.
8,600.
You can see Brian Townsend there, a.k.a. SB Rugby. He has a 1% chance of winning this hand.
7-7 is probably the only way you can win this pot.
Exactly.
He's got a couple of chops, though. 10-10, ace-ace.
And Cunningham has been waiting for this big hand all day long, very patiently, disciplined. And he's got a monster. Let's see how he plays it.
He's just flat called. Oof, that could open it up for a Patrick Antonius, possibly putting some pressure on with a re-raise here. He calls.
He just calls there. Brian Townsend obviously very relaxed because he knows he's got nothing.
7 might be interesting, though. Especially the 7 of hearts. Well, it's a heart. It's a great card for Patrick Antonius.
Pot is nearly $36,000. Let's see what Antonius does here. Cunningham knows that somebody might have had a flush here.
He's looking down at his chips. That usually means you want to bet.
22,000.
22,000, I believe, was the bet.
$22,000 bet.
Pass.
An easy pass for Brian Townsend, who's been running without the ball in this pot.
And Cunningham here has normally 10 outs to win the pot. Any 4, any ace, any 10, or any queen. But we saw there's no 4s left, so he's got 9 outs. Pot is $57,000, 22 to call.
He's making the call.
And the pot is $80,000 to the river. Alan Cunningham needs the board to pair. Well, Patrick Antonius is going to win this pot.
Last card between 2 of you.
And the river's a deuce of clubs.
The quintessential blank, the deuce of clubs.
Oh, and Patrick Antonius has got to love that black deuce coming on the river.
$75,000.
He bet $75,000. Pretty much pot size bet.
Well,
wow, the pot is over $150,000. 75 to call for Alan Cunningham. Clearly, Antonius is trying to represent hearts here, and that's what he's got.
Kind of pretend like there's a nut flush or something.
Barry Mundy overseeing the action here. This is a very big pot, over 150,000. Last year, we saw Alan Cunningham lay down aces. And this year, we're going to see Alan Cunningham lay down a set. Fantastic lay down by Alan. And that pot goes to Patrick Antonius, $150,000 in the middle. And Alan Cunningham making an excellent laydown once again. And that's why he has won over almost $9 million in tournament prize money.
A bittersweet smile there.